Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, he makes it feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause he's fucking alone. Two, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. Three, don't be afraid. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're a man, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. Hold on to your seats, folks. Should be a wild ride. Whoa! 2 athletic clubs facing off. Kenny, how do you expect this one to go down?
Woo, lots of highlight reels, lots of highlight reels, lots of highlight reels, and great showmanship.
Should be exciting for the players and the fans. The team that takes care of the basketball will have the edge.
Woo! Okay, time for tip-off. We send it over to...
What are you riding, a horse, Ernie?
Woo! Kevin Harlan.
It's not a roller coaster, is it?
On the floor for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At shooting guard, Kevin Herter. At center, Dwayne Dedden. At power forward, John Collins. At the other forward position, Torian Prince. At the other guard position, Trae. The head coach of the team, let's meet your Oklahoma City Thunder starting lineup. Starting at shooting guard, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 8, Alex Abrines. At power forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 9, Jeremy Grant. Starting at center, 7 feet, number 12, Steven Adams. Starting at the other forward position, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 13, Paul George. And at guard, 6'3" from UCLA, number 0, Russell Westbrook. Billy Donovan is your head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, your Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Thunder are looking to grab one for the home fans here in Oklahoma City before heading back out on the road. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season. They controlled everything in both games last year, going 2-0.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Now, Steve, you can see it. Some players starting to feel the fatigue of a long season. How much you think is from the travel aspect of being a player in the NBA?
Kevin, I think it's a lot about the travel. The travel is a grind, and I think being able to sleep on planes, that is an art. I couldn't do that, and I think that's what guys are trying to find different ways where they're comfortable getting a lot of rest on planes, but you got to find a way once you get to that city to, I guess, have some discipline where you can stay in, not go out to dinners, and spend a lot of time using that time to recover.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. And it sprints outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. And it's Young. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon.
Staying aggressive on the offensive boards. Dedmon's a tough guy to box out there.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Now, here is Young. There's the pass to Collins. Shoots over Grant. Poked away. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And so Grant will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's George. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
First quarter, you're really testing the defense, trying to find their weaknesses.
Prince wide open. Misses the 3. Well, Thunder have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. That one goes. Count it. 6 points for Paul George.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Young against Westbrook. Got a piece of it. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got his first bucket of the night.
Smart play by Prince. Attack the interior of this defense. Force them to close off the lane.
Westbrook, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And Russell Westbrook. He is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
Count it. That's now 8 points for George.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I briefly spoke with Lloyd Pierce. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Thank you, David. So their focus is squarely on the opponent today, in particular that defense they have to contend with.
And I just wonder if they'll try to solve the problems this defense poses by keeping the tempo quick, trying to strike early in the shot clock.
You know, I think a more patient approach would be smart. Concentrate on shot selection and ball movement rather than tempo.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Dedmon kicks to Prince. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Oklahoma City the other way.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Westbrook against Young. Unloads from 13. Westbrook pulls it in. The Thunder leading by 9. Back to Grant. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's George. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Prince. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Assist goes to.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And for the most part, I really felt like they were just locked in and really aggressive.
Well, we know those guys can score, but that night, it was the execution, the ability to finish plays. It was next level.
And stolen by Prince. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Knocks it loose. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Some rookies have had a very hot hand this season. These are the best three-point shooters in the NBA's freshman class. Number 5 is Trae Young.
And I think there's a little rivalry among that group of rookie bombers. I know he'd love to see his name all the way at the top of the list.
To the paint, here's Prince, and Adams sends it back. They retain possession.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offense.
Oh, wow. Watch your head.
It's a beautiful jam.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Here's Young. Here's Dedmon. That shot, no good. Westbrook with the nice D there. Here's George. And then George with the jam.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Young against Westbrook, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul.
Prince against George. Prince outside. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Look at the unselfishness by Prince. Doesn't have what he wants, keeps the ball moving.
Here's Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George. And 11 points for Russell Westbrook.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
So much of this Hawks team is under the age of 25. They have a lot of room to grow as a unit and improve together. They'll have their ups and downs, but a lot of talent to build around here with the Hawks.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And Smitty, with all young cores, the Hawks will have to be patient with this group.
Yeah, you can't add too much stress to this group too quickly. You saw how long it took the Sixers core to come together. Fortunately, I think the Hawks organization recognized that and will give them the time they need.
numbers for Prince, averaging about 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
Westbrook with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook leading the charge.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
There's the double team with Westbrook. Here's Prince. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Don't sleep on Taurean Prince. He will challenge you off the bounce now. Does a good job of navigating his way through the defense.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Alex Abrinas. And a change for the Hawks. Bazemore's checked in. Young outside. Passes it to Bazemore. Looking for Young. He gets it there. Looks good. Is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
Young taking his time here. Pass to Bazemore. No good with the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Here's George. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Extended the lead. This has been a great period for him offensively.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
I mean, with the amount of turnovers they've committed, it's no wonder they're in the position they're in right now.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. And Luwawu subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Luwawu, the pass to Patterson. Lays it up off the glass. Patterson's got his first basket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Hawks trail by 15. Lynn with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 16-6 run. Pulls up on the wing. Again, the Thunder score.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
They double him with George. Back to Lynn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Poked loose. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Atlanta calls timeout. And he was one of many big names in free agency this past summer. Paul George, a huge part of that. But, you know, Greg, he didn't take long to make his decision.
Many expected George to maybe jump to the Lakers. Had been saying it was his dream to play in L.A. for over a year. But credit Westbrook and the Thunder. They won him over. He was one of the first signings in free agency to re-up with OKC.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Felton's checked in. And a look now at the four areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Atlanta.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
The Hawks trail by 19. And here is Lynn, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lenka kicks to Bembry. Clock at 4. To halt the run. And no problem from Len as he finishes at the rim.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Here's Schroeder. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Shooting one.
All different levels of playmakers in the league right now, but some guys, Steve, have an innate vision that just can't be taught.
Yeah, I love watching Chris Paul with his vision. Even Ben Simmons, a younger guy who can pass the basketball. DeMarcus Cousins is a guy who has great vision for his size, has a great feel for the game. There's just so many guys. Ricky Rubio is another guy who can pass the basketball.
Yes.
And Lonzo Ball,
good name.
a young guy. Those guys have just that innate vision. They can see 2 plays ahead.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. And the first one drops. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
That one is no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Lynn kicks it to Bazemore. Kept alive by Atlanta. Len, good. Len's got his second basket of the night.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Luwawu, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And there's the pass to Bembry. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
And once he sets up that low, you really have to work to root him off the block.
Yeah, he has the grit to dig in and the skill to counter if you try to get physical with him.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
There's 1:40 left here in the opening quarter. The rebound by Patterson. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Felton can't get it to go.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
Bembry kicks it to Bazemore. Offensive rebound. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Lynn's shot is off. Oklahoma City leading by 21. Here's Noel. Up and in with the jumper near the hoop.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
To the middle. Here's Len. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. Len's got 6. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's Felton. And that one hits back iron. The Hawks trail by 21. Bazemore on the wing. Down low. And the dunk by Len.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Len's gone 80% from the field, 4 of 5 shooting. Schroeder, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Not one to back down inside. Schroeder likes to get right into the teeth of the defense.
Len kicks to Bembry. There's 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. That's a shot he doesn't shoot very often. Len's got himself on the board with 3 there. Oklahoma City leading by 18. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up and banks it in.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Len against Schroeder. Puts up a 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Here's Patterson. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists tonight. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Back to the action after this word. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Assist from.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
And I felt like in that first period, the difference really was their ability to execute offensively.
Yes, and make the extra pass. I love that about their game. So far tonight, extremely unselfish.
And so in the game for the Hawks, Bembry out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Carter. Then there's Len. Belton attacking. Count it. Good.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Luwawu. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Lin kicks to Bembry. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Stephen, it comes down to how this country is developing young players at the amateur level. Do you feel winning is overemphasized in relation to individual skill development?
Yeah, I mean, great question, Kevin. I think in youth basketball right now, youth sports, I think so much now is individually rating individual players that are playing a team sports. I want to see more of rating the team. And I think also guys getting a chance to understand winning is important. A lot of these tournaments, you play 3 or 4 games a day, and it's not so much about winning. I think it has to come down to win or go home. I love that for youth basketball. And then I also love that just getting better. And I would love for some of these youth coaches to move these players around. There's a player right now that might be playing the center spot, but let him try to play the guard spot. I think you got to find a way to do that and talk about winning as a team versus individuals.
Smart stuff. 6 to shoot. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Noel. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Noel's got 5 now.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lin finds Len. And the dunk by Len.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Here's Luwawu. Atlanta with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
They couldn't hit a thing out there. With that awful shooting percentage, you will be lucky to win one game in this league.
Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Luwabu's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Just like money changing colors like tie-dye. I'm just trying to get it, I ain't trying to die. She got a big ol' onion, make the world cry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Hold them bands down, hey, hold your mans down. Who told you come around? Who? It's that trap sound. Sound, clothes, shows, trap, house, man. Control the bag now. Control, no need to brag now. No need, and put the mask down, man.
Can I rock it? Can I rock it? If she pretty, I'ma come around your city, I'm gon' hunt it down. I'm gon' come around and rock it. Can I rock it? Now can I rock it? Come on. Anytime I come around your city, I'm gon' burn it down. Venue after venue, I'm gon' come around and rock it.
You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. George is checked in for Luwabu Cabarro. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. Here's Young. Kicks it to Dedmon. Young trying to break free. They get it back. Shot's good by Dedmon.
Dwayne.
Way to attack the interior. Dedmon really understands what the team needs from him.
Here's George. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And that's now 20 points for George.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
There's the double team with Westbrook. Inside. Pass to Dedmon. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
His lack of consistency with the shot tonight has held them back.
And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
The feed now to Carter. Here's Young. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. And George, here we go, lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And George gets the whistle that time.
Paul George.
That's his first foul. Atlanta making a switch here. Prince is checked in.
Coming onto the floor for the Hawks, Torian Prince.
Collins kicks to Young. They get a hand on it. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. And George gets it to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Greg Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
Prince with it. George picks him up. They grab their own miss. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got 8 points.
Doing a great job of making himself big in the paint. Torian Prince makes a tough shot over the contested hand.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Dedmon kicks to Prince. Young outside. And he comes up with the deuce.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the shot goes down.
So Westbrook.
He's got 17.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Young with no one around. Off target with his three. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 14-6 run. Abrinas with the bucket.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. And finished off by Westbrook.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. For Atlanta, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Here's Young. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate yes. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. The Hawks shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. Let's take a moment to see which squads have been the most dominant on the glass this season. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. The Thunder in fourth.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Left side Prince. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. It's good from long range.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
Westbrook uses the glass to finish the layup. Westbrook's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Young. Abrinas with a rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Because they've been patient, they're finding good shots. That's why they've hit a much higher percentage from the floor.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. George against Prince. And there's Paul George on the assist by Adams.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that third foul this early.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Thunder. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bazemore's checked in. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. You know, Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making. Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys, you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it becomes the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes they can become animosity between the two.
Oh, that's something. November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at Los Angeles. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're fourth in the conference.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
Prince has gotten only 4 of his 11 shots to fall here so far. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for George.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
Young dishes to Prince. He doesn't hit that one. Adams, some nice D.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Schroeder against Young. In the corner, Bazemore with it. There's the double team with Grant. Just 4 to shoot. Prince's shot is good.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Here's Bazemore. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Stolen by Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Bazemore, no one around him. Good on the triple. Bazemore's got himself on the board with 3 there. They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Young inside. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's George, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Atlanta gets called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from George. Well, the Hawks didn't have the best season a year ago, Smitty, but they did find some positives to build on.
Well, the Hawks, what they do have, they have good wing play. A lot of disruptive players who can force turnovers on the defensive end. There's been some great wings in Hawks history, and they have a few on this team right now.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams, and it's Patterson in for Jeremy Grant. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. They double him with George. Land against Noel. Ball's knocked loose. Out left to the wing. Here's Bembry. And the 3 off target.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
He feeds it to Lynn. The Hawks working the ball around. Atlanta again missing. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
To the left side wing. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Russell Westbrook. Averaging 23 points per game, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. And you love his anticipation, all those steals. He's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
I mean, high-level feel for the game allows him to gamble with a purpose. Does he get burned once in a while? Sure, but not as often as he guesses right.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Luwawu is checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook.
Luwawu, Cameroon. Raymond Felton.
There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. To the middle, here's Bembry. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Luwawu, the pass to Patterson. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Bazemore against Felton. And stolen by Patterson. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
You know, it's not easy to keep up with Schroeder. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. He misses the free throw.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. It's stolen by Schroeder. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Completely on his game. Hasn't missed a shot all night. A big part of why this team is winning.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
4th team foul.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And you don't need the big play. Right now, you just need the smart one.
This is what desperation can do. You start to play outside of yourself, making a bad situation worse.
4 seconds left, and the layup is up and in. Schroeder's got 15 points.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Thunder out in front, opening up a huge gap. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 36 points, 3 steals, and 4 assists. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
When Paul George plays with high energy, he goes to a level others can't reach. He defends 4 and 5 positions. On the other end, it's effortless for him to create good looks. One of the most intriguing players to watch when he's on his game.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, you don't think of him as a big-time playmaker, but over the first two quarters, that's exactly what he was.
It's a nice change for him and for the team. It's not like he's selfish. We're just not used to him playing that way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, the forwards, George and Grant. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Abrinas in at two guards. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Shots good from Young.
Well, you look at the coaching resume of Lloyd Pierce. Was an assistant for a lot of teams in his time. Stops at Memphis and Philadelphia most notably. Finally gets a chance to be the head coach here in Atlanta.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
Just a threat to score off the dribble. Young is crafty at assessing the defense and exploiting them.
And with Coach Pierce, the most recent stop was in Philadelphia.
Pierce was a big part of the Sixers' turnaround, was tasked with the defensive duties and had a very successful track record with that. Was empowered by Brett Brown to design the defense, and that has become his calling card as a coach.
The Thunder have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And the first one drops. Both shots good from the stripe. About 1 minute played here in the second half. He kicks to Dedmon. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
How about Dwayne Dedmon? The ability at his size to put the ball on the deck and make a play.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Stolen by George. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Adams. 9th in shooting percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from three, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
I say it's the #1 reason why they are ahead in this game right now.
George with the bucket.
He just said, hey, put the team on my back, and I'm going to take you the rest of the way.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. There's the double team with Westbrook. Herter. The Hawks get it back in a new 24. Here's Abrinas. 6 points for him. Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Hawks shooting 43% from the floor. There's the double team with Westbrook. To the paint, stolen by Grant. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City, and stolen by Dedmon. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Third personal foul.
Now Grant. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's George, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Looking to end the run, and that's Prince, that time on the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Here's Westbrook, and it's good off the back rim and in. Westbrook's got 37.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Young inside. He's covered by Westbrook.
Come on, that's your bread and butter. You can't miss that.
Here's George. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Prince. Westbrook pulls it in. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
Hawks passing it around. Down low, here's Young, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 20 points for him.
As solid as he's been, they're still behind. He needs help.
And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
Thunder have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. Now let's take a moment to check out the steals leaders. The 4th spot held by Paul George.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. That free throw good from George. Player podcast, something we're hearing more of, and it's a growing trend. Good idea, or do you think it could get some guys in trouble?
Kevin, well, some guys, it does a good job of helping their brand, and we love to see guys getting a chance to do other things off the court. And then there are some guys who get a little loose, and they reveal some secrets, or they say some things they wish they could take back. So I think it all comes down to the individual. You gotta understand media before you try to jump out and start doing these podcasts.
Well said. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Atlanta's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
His first shot coming late. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Here's George. Yet another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And Young kicks to Carter. There's the double team with Grant. Down low, here's Prince. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Prince has got 14 points for the game.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Here's Grant. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
To the inside, here's Carter. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Grant's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's George. Hits it again. Wow.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Young with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Young's shot is off.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor. Is it any surprise that he's been hitting everything out there? You want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Hawks shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. They double him with George. It's stolen by Adams. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
The Thunder have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Luwawu is checked in for Alex Abrinas. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And he makes the first but misses the second.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
Len, and nothing is falling for him right now. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. So it's the Hawks now. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Passes to Len. Here's Bembry. He's covered by Noel. He gets that one. Bembry's got 8.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's George. Connects again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And so Lynn will bring it up for Atlanta. Over to the left wing. Here's Bembry. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Schroeder. Here's George. Hits it again. Wow!
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn.
Now we get a chance to check out Jeremy Lin. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 13 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Here's Bazemore. He can't get that one to fall. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Lynn kicks to Len. To the middle. Here's Bembry. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Basket good.
The pass by Schroeder, finding the right balance between scoring and facilitating.
Schroeder against Len. Inside. Bembry misses.
And that's letting the defense off the hook. No excuse for blowing that layup.
And George gets it to go.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy, double-digit lead, and still putting it on them.
Spellman, Patterson defending. Now here's Bazemore. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Shoots from 12. And it comes off the front of the rim. Atlanta's shooting around 40% from the floor here. Here's Bembry. 12 points for him. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for George. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You can see his wheels are turning. We'll see what he draws up here.
It's been an ongoing battle of adjustments, trying to identify your strongest matchup each time down the floor.
Hey, you see my low, candy red to go. Then my top line slow, hit it, my remote, sit it in my presidential V12 with the AMG, hit and go quick. As I from KC to H, got the Newton Southside. Now we worldwide, watch me hot side. That can't be denied. Yeah, we got love, the flow and that bug. Wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blaze on the Impala. Caller, get the night, the road tight, got my eye, I hit the highway, making money the flyway, but it's got to be a better way, a better way, a better way, yeah.
Down south, rolling niggas on blocks, most really I got shining with short style, and that's for real. So tell me how you feel, don't make me your number.
And a look at the locations on the floor where he's been shooting the ball.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
And a wide open look for Lynn. The Hawks again can't hit. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
One shot.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Hawks. Shooter comes with the double team.
Patrick Patterson. That's his third personal foul.
Well, fans were worried that Kent Bazemore was going to plateau after his big contract. Put those fears to rest last season. Pretty good numbers all around for the Old Dominion grad.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
No good on that one. And with Bazemore, he's always been a hard worker, so you figured he'd have a bounce-back year.
You don't fight your way onto NBA rosters like Bazemore had to do without a good work ethic. His outside shooting improved a lot last season, also improved his playmaking.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, he was undrafted out of Old Dominion. Ken Bazemore has come a long way. Didn't get much run his first few years in the league, but now he's an impact player.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. On defense, Oklahoma City. Lynn kicks to Bembry. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. From deep. Rebound by the Hawks. Bazemore with it. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Kent Bazemore came into this league being known as a defender, and that's still his calling card.
Bazemore has incredibly long arms that he bothers shooters with. Comes up with a good amount of steals as well.
And so Bazemore nails both of them. 50 seconds left in the third. Here's Schroeder. And no good that time. So Atlanta will take it the other way. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Bazemore at the line for 2.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Felton can't get it to go. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the inside, Lynn, the rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Launches it. Atlanta with the rebound. Lynn's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Felton has got 5 now. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Felton who will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. They've got Anderson. Jeremy Lin is out there with Len, and it's Dorsey in at the 2 spot. Anderson outside. Len up top. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor. Draymond Green, they just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. And here is Lin. Anderson right side. Pass to Lin. From deep. The rebound by Luwawu.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
Nice shot by Felton.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
There's Lin with the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Oh, man. He hasn't had the rhythm tonight. Tried to make up for it there, but it just wasn't meant to be.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And the Hawks making a change here. Carter's checked in.
1 shot.
West has been the dominant conference of late. It's been that way for a while, but out east, Steve, we're seeing the development of some great young rosters.
Yeah, over time, and obviously you see the balance of conferences go one way or other. When you have teams that just dominate and win championship, usually you see that lopsidedness, and that's in the West right now. But on the East, I mean, that team, the Boston Celtics, we all can say if they're healthy, they got a chance to be in that conversation. You love the youth of the Philadelphia 76ers, and in Milwaukee, they need to add another player to go with Giannis, and they'll have a chance to be talked about as well.
Good overview. Anderson outside. The pass to Dorsey. Takes a 3, but they'll get another chance.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Hawks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Kicks to Carter. Pass to Dorsey. Out to the wing. Anderson wide open. Unable to get that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. For the 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
And this is his shot. You give him that much space, you're asking for trouble.
And the problem is you're already way behind. Obviously, your closeouts are ineffective. You're in trouble.
Here's Luwawu. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
They are winning the battle in transition. Look for them to keep pushing the tempo.
Well, we know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the rating?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players that grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
Atlanta making some changes. Collins comes in for Alex Len. Young is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And it's Felton with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's Luwawu. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
And there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Yeah, terrific effort there by Young, really all night. The defense has tried to make adjustments, but he's just stayed one step ahead of him.
Nader's shot's good.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Young against Felton. A three from Anderson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. NBA awards are voted on by broadcasters and writers around the NBA. Do you think that's the best way, Steve, to pick an MVP?
Well, I really think in some kind of way you got to have players more involved, being able to come out and be able to pick the MVP because these are the players that are going up against these guys. I also would love to see where we have more of the defensive player of the year during the offseason, the rookie of the year in the offseason. Obviously giving out more of those awards for the playoffs as well.
And you got to, of course, be aware of it becoming a popularity contest, too.
Yes, totally. I don't know what's happened to him in this second half, but he's been terrible from deep.
Nader's shot's good. Nader's got 6 here in this quarter.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
And Young kicks to Carter. Feeds it to Anderson. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And once he sets up that low, you really have to work to root him off the block.
Yeah, he has the grit to dig in and the skill to counter if you try to get physical with him.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Well, we've seen the growth of the G League, especially in how much it's been utilized for player development. A lot of guys going up to the NBA level. Steve, how do you think we'll see this evolve over the next 10 years?
I think the G League and this partnership with the NBA and teams has been fantastic. It's kind of similar to baseball right now in the minor leagues, and the teams have done a great job of having the flexibility to bring guys up and down. I love it for a lot of these young guys to get a chance to develop and also be a part of, I would say, the big team.
Excellent point.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane.
And here's Felton from the arc. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta's shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Here's Young, and it's blocked. From deep. Rebounded by the Hawks. Anderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Oklahoma City has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Felton, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. Felton!
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
You know, I wonder, where's the passion? You can't afford a no-show here on the defensive glass.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
When you look around the NBA, are there any small issues you think could grow into bigger issues, Steve, going forward?
Well, I think the one issue right now is what are teams doing at the end of the year versus trying to stay competitive and win games or trying to look possibly down in the NBA draft lottery.
Right.
I think that's one of those problems that we have to address. I think also small markets, I don't think that's much of a problem if you have organizations in the forefront. Winning is in the forefront. I don't think whether it's small market or big market, guys do look at that as far as endorsements, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
Here's Grant. Got it. Good job in the low post. Atlanta shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Edmond passes to Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Hawks ball.
Bembry's checked in for Tyler Dorsey.
DeAndre Bembry.
Here's Bembry. Open shot, Carter. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Grant. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton's got his 9th assist in the game now. Well, Steve, we've just come out of the first year where we saw legislation from the NBA about resting players. How do you feel about the new rules so far?
You know, I like them. I love that when you start to see these teams that was resting players on national televised games, but I think overall just resting players. I think our contract says that we play 82 games unless you're injured. And if a guy is injured, you understand, but I love the new rules that was implemented.
I agree. Shots good by Dedmon.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Here's Luwawu. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
They're running. Here's Noel. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
To the inside. Bembry shot good.
And you have to appreciate the aggression. Nice work inside.
And it's Felton with the ball for Oklahoma City. Back to Patterson. Over Collins. Patterson can't get it to go. Atlanta's shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Bembry tries again, and the layup good by Collins.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
Here's Luwawu, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Luwawu's got 14 points now in the second half. Atlanta's shooting around 40% from the floor here. Herter, he's covered by Felton. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Hawks.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches. That has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money, Money. That's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? Moment here now for an injury report. Now for an update on Trae Young's injury. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hawks' head athletic trainer. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. The season is still very young, but that is bad news to get at any point of the year. We'll see how the team responds without him, Kevin.
Thanks for checking in, DA. Injuries are always tough to deal with, but they're just a fact of life in the NBA.
And he'll have a lot of support as he goes through the recovery process. They want him back as soon as possible.
And we know how much better they'll be as a team when he's out of those street clothes and back in uniform.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Oklahoma City.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
You know, as the game tonight evolved, he really put the team on his back. He was aggressive, effective, and the defense, they weren't able to adjust.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. What's your take, guys?
I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
Chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. To the left wing. From the baseline. It's good.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
Back to Lynn. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.